What, you got to pay that right away? Yeah.
John,
I gotta go, guys. It was good talking with you.
That's it.
all right,
Great.
Troubledone.
We didn't really get to talk, buddy, but I've been watching you pan the whole time. What was you panning? Tailings or?
Some culvert tailings, yeah.
Oh,
I missed
right on,
some.
right
How
on.
much did you miss?
Trouble.
How much did you miss, Troubled?
Like a $250,000.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
You sound like me.
I
So
panned
I would have
through
probably missed a $500,000.
Yeah.
That's why we say,
Hear this from my car?
I'll see y'all later. I gotta go.
all right, we'll talk to
Later,
you again.
TroubledOne.
Thanks, Trouble.
Hey, Chris.
See ya.
Was that one of the sluices you made, PA, or is that one you bought? Hi, Mandy.
That's the 851.
Nice.
Yeah, everything's screwed, and the sad part is there's not much you can do about it. You can sit, complain, or ignore it. No amount of law will reverse what we have going.
Now
That was one of the ones I made.
it's just streaming on my channel too. That's why you got to pop up.
Oh, you're dual streaming.
Little 4-inch sluice. I had leftover material, so I made it. Put a couple sections of gold hog up top, and V-matting down the bottom.
That's the one you
36
made
inches.
earlier this year, isn't it?
Yeah, it was leftover material.
Yeah, yeah.
No different than the gutter sluice I bought. Probably better because it's flat.
You got a gutter sluice, I'm Zackson?
Yeah. Later, Troubled One. I never use it.
I'll be honest. I really like the gutter solutions.
I do too. I looked at all the different things they had out now. They have a couple of cooler ones now that I had definitely bought before I got the gutter. I like some of these other styles better, but I looked at everything I was looking at when I wanted to get it. It, to me, logistically, I'm real financially minded. I don't see a point in overspending on something. All I wanted was a little cleanup sluice to run my tailings in after. Just something to retest myself to where I could throw away the dirt or ship it away or something, knowing that I've gotten, I used what minimal panning skills I have, and I ran it down a sluice. If there's gold left in it, screw it, somebody else can have it, or we'll put it back in. We'll put it back in the ground. But that's what I got. I've actually been thinking about just gutter sluicing every bag I have.
I love.
I would love to see that. That would be alive, right, Zach?
Well,
I use a lot of the Dream Ant sluices, the cleanup buddy, the adventure sluice with the header box. I use the Bigfoot sluices, all that, and I use them on a lot of times on live streams or when I'm recording, and that's mostly because I don't want to be the guy. I guess I got a pride complex. I don't want to be the guy that's out there with. But when I'm getting the gold out after I do all that, I use all the stuff that I made myself because it works so good. I use the gutter sluices. I use my high banker that I built myself, and are they pretty? No. But do they work? Absolutely. And they work good. I love my gutter sluice.
The gutter is just a good all around for your cleanups. As far as when you're actually out in the prospecting area, you look at whoever designed that sluice and their material type, and it works really good there. The RPE sluice, that's generally a pretty good sluice. It doesn't do as good in the desert dirts. I forget what brand it was. Vendetta did some rundowns on the sluices, and your bill drop, and your sluice, the type of dirt you're running changes a lot with what your sluice designs are. Your sluice might not work as good for stuff you send from out here, and that's just one of the things you can try with different patterns. But
yeah, the aggregate you're running, if it's rounded or squared or sharp, and that, because we've traveled in the last 10 years. Me and Mama have traveled and done a lot of prospecting and different states, and you'd be surprised how much of what you're saying is exactly right. A sluice that works wonderful here, we can take out west, and it doesn't work worth a darn. I mean, it's spitting stuff out to where an RPE or a permaform sluice out there works wonders. And back here, they're not that great because we don't, we don't have the water flow in a lot of places because where we sluice at, we got a lot of water in Missouri, but the creeks are, they're usually pretty low, and the water flow is pretty slow most of the time. That's why we have so much flooding because the water don't run. They keep it dammed up and stuff and diked.
I noticed the difference just panning my pay dirt bags. Somebody gifted me a set of the XP pans, and I really, really like them. I was working on some dirt one day, and I'm like, this pan's a piece of crap. And I had to switch back to my old cheap Amazon pan, which I liked better, and a finishing pan. On that particular type of dirt, the XP pan was just about worthless. It didn't work very well.
Exactly. Yep, exactly.
But generally, I love the XP. Ron Hubbard says he likes street mats in Idaho.
I just hate that they don't fit in a 5-gallon bucket. They're classifiers. The XP ones.
Oh, the XP?
Classifiers don't fit in a 5-gallon bucket. You got to get a Yeti bucket.
I've never picked up a shovel full of dirt that possibly has gold in it, so it doesn't affect me currently. So it's one of those need to know bases, and since I'm not out prospecting, I don't know. Well, if I was going to do anything, it would be metal detector or dry washer, because you can get lucky on both out here.
You bet.
But reality is I would do metal detecting and a rock crusher, because I feel like I could get more gold from hard rock mining out of some of these mine samples than I could.
Some of the rocks that you've talked about right here on this show, and you can ask Mama Bird, I would just squeeze her leg like, oh my God, he just got crushed them, because you was describing the rhyolite and the granites and stuff that you have around your area. And for us here, when we find that's where we're at now. And in the mountains there in the St. Francis Mountains it's predominantly rhyolite and granite, and it's a mixture. And it's just, there's so much gold in them. It's crazy.
No, a lot of these mines I'm getting into are rust stained quartz veins, copper infused quartz veins, where you get the copper sulfides or whatever, the bright blues. And I'm walking through a mine, and you got vein, I forget what video it is. I could show you if I wanted. I could timestamp it. But we were going through this mine, and the blue was so blue that my 4K GoPro doesn't do it justice. It was just so bright blue, and it's like, I would take some of that. And the thing was, this mine is on public land, possibly in a wilderness, but it was on public land. It was backgated by the state, and somebody else had broken into those. We just simply walked through. But that's public land. That's my land. That's your land. That's John's land. That's everybody's in this chat's land. So am I stealing from that land if I take some?
According to public domain, no, you're not. So
I do try to live on the urban exploring rules. Take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints. But that's when I'm exploring. If I was out prospecting, then those rules are a little bit. Well, I didn't come here to explore. I came here to take some dirt. It's a different thing.
Oh yeah, there's a time that you have to just look around and go, GoPro, turn off, and do your thing, And
for sure, I like to look at things. It was cool when I saw it. Hopefully, it's cool when the next people saw it. And it's like that particular mine there. Unfortunately, some genius took their family and their dog in the mine. A German Shepherd style dog. The dog didn't make it out. What idiot!
Oh man.
And it was bad. They're gonna close that mine again, and they'll close it better to where it'll be harder to get in next time. But the second another one we were in, it was like this dude just walked away in the 60s. It was closed, but the gate wasn't locked down, so we wound up being able to get in it. Good morning, Hawthorne. The vein in that one was a thick rust-stained quartz vein. You know, it had a little colors in it and this and that. And I was looking at his setup outside, and as soon as I saw his setup, I could tell it was a gold mine. He had a little Pinto engine set up with a flat belt for a shaker table. You could see that was the remnants of the shaker table broken down. You could tell that was his sluice he was running. He wasn't mining silver. He wasn't mining copper. That was a gold mine. But I get in mines like that. I can be in a gold mine in 15 minutes to a half an hour. I could be in several good, decent gold mines.
That would be heaven.
Within an hour, I can be hundreds of feet deep. I can be in. Do you guys have much? Or well, obviously you guys don't. I can be in several different barite mines, which I don't know if you've ever seen barite under a microscope.
No, I haven't.
Let's see if I got a chunk.
PA, that's some big black sand, buddy.
Yeah, it is.
That first batch of material that we got out down there at No Tell'em Creek last week, when I pulled off that big old heavy chunk of quartz and got under there on that bedrock, I had chunks of black sand that they were the size of BBs everywhere. It was crazy.
PA, throw me full screen real quick. I believe that's a piece of barite from that I can be to that mine in 10 minutes.
That is awesome. Amazing.
You should be in the mine. You walk in that thing, and you got your light, and the thing is it's a crystal cavern. And this is just the waste rock thrown outside. We didn't hit the walls with anything. We don't carry hammers in there. Usually it's more purple, so that might not be out of the exact one, but that's what a lot of the samples of barite look like around here. I can get quartz till the cows come home.
Have you crushed that?
No, I don't have a crusher. You can pull me off. I can get quartz till the cows come home. I called it all quartz growing up. I still call it quartz. Apparently around here there's dolomite. There's several different varieties of clearish opaque rock that we've always referred to as quartz. I didn't realize there were different flavors.
Absolutely.
That's awesome, I'm Zackson.
But that's just what I have access to. And I can get it all day long. You know, there's the silver onyx. You can get honey onyx, which has a yellower color to this. All day long, free for the taking. Wow. Look up
Mama Bird, it sounds like the Zackson needs a dolly pot.
I don't need a dolly pot. I have fun going and looking at the stuff, exploring, covering the miles. That's just what I like to do. If I get older, and you know, I don't have as much exploring to do, you know, our kids to entertain at the same time, I wouldn't mind freaking metal detecting, but I can't take others out there with me while I go swing a detector for 3 hours.
Right.
Oh, so it's not a hobby that fits me right now. I have more fun with the Explorer, and I just rack up the mental knowledge of where this stuff is. One of the ones really close to me that has an absolutely beautiful vein, it's about 15 miles from me. I might be able to explore it farther. The day I went, I only had one of my middle daughters and my youngest daughter, because she loves to do it. That's the little tiny one you see running around. And there was some collapse in the mine. It looks like you could get over it, but with my exploring partners that day, it was out. The risk was too high. My risk level was too high. So I couldn't go over the collapse or anything. I will be going back, but I noticed it a little bit walking in. When I turned around and came back, I walked by one of the veins. I was like, oh, and it was just one of those veins where it was tucked in that corner over there. I'm like, yeah, the gold guys would drool.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just to go knock one of those pieces off of the wall, see what they have. You know, several different exploring trips. Go out, knock a chunk off the wall, throw it in the little crusher. I kind of like those little chain style ones. Throw it in the crusher and see what it's got. Because I was thinking the other ones. You made that?
Welded it together.
Nice.
A 2-inch rock is all you can put in it. But
you know, here's my thought for one of those. You can tell me why this wouldn't work. Why can't you have a bunch of perforated holes down on the bottom, small, like kitchen strainer size holes or whatever you're going to do, to where you can continually feed it rocks and let the pulverized stuff fall through like you would on a ball mill?
You can, but you're going to need to be masked up because this stuff is dusty. Because I had the same idea. Let me show you here. So I put it on the bottom of the side. And the first time I used it, I turned white from all the little powdery dust that.
Oh, 403. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. But yeah, I had the exact same idea.
That's probably why most of the bigger mines used ball mills. Yeah, there you go.
Yep. And it, I mean, you can see the dust in there, and this works good. I use shackles. The chain's better. Whenever these shackles wear out, I'm going to replace them with chains because the shackles are more. That's the most expensive part on this because I just went down to our local steel shop and bought a bunch of flat steel and just me and my brother welded it all together. And
I could tell you how to fix that instantly to where you'd never shut it off.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the drywall? Have you ever seen the drywall sanders that have the hose coming off them, going down to the 5-gallon bucket of water with the vacuum hooked up to the bucket of water?
Oh yeah,
Make one of those for that.
great idea. Great idea.
You can sit there all day long.
We're currently getting ready to start putting one together that's a 4-inch. This is a 2-inch, so I have to break the rocks up, pretty good.
Yeah.
And then they just go in and then that closes automatically as they go in. But it just hooks to my grinder. I got a little battery powered grinder and it hooks to them and it'll chop them up. It'll chew it up. That's a great idea, man. Put that on a 4-inch.
Vester's seen the veins in my videos.
Really?
Well, he's commenting on here. He watches my videos and sees the veins. They make me drool, and I'm just out exploring. But I mean, even some of the rock from the waste piles out here, it's like, oh man, crush that.
Surprised you haven't brought any of that stuff home from the tailings piles at all, or the whatever the hell the mine waste comes.
Every one of my off-road trucks has random rocks laying around, and every now and then they migrate to my not off-road cars. I'm like, getting the family a minute, and what the hell's a rock doing in here?
Mama Bird loves rocks, and the stuff that you showed me. I mean, she would fall in love with that. But we can't go out without her bringing at least a 5-gallon bucket home.
Tip of the iceberg.
Is I have to convince her. No, that one needs to be crushed. So I've got my rocks that I crush, and then she's got her rocks that is displayed all over this room. This is what we call our craft room.
You know who you need. Who you need to look at. You need to look at Doug Odette's rock collection.
Doug Odette. I'm going to write that down.
That dude had more 5-gallon buckets of rocks than I've owned 5-gallon buckets in my life. And he's like, yeah, these are the rock collections and all different places, all different things. Doug Odette, he kind of dropped out of the community. I don't know if he still lurks. He was hanging around for a while. Very nice guy. Ultra nice guy. Yeah, I miss Doug too. I still talk to him every now and then. But Doug Odette, as far as the rock collection, he was out of Arizona, and they would do the travels, they would do the trips, they would pull the samples, and he had some nice stuff.
I'll check it out. Yeah, exactly, Vester. I'd be filling my backpack up with that stuff.
Hey, Zackson, you said you still talk to Doug every now and then? Oh, he stepped away.
What happened? What was that, John?
I'm Zackson.
Yeah.
You said you talk to Doug Odette still every now and then?
Yeah.
Speaking of Doug Odette,
is he doing okay?
Yeah, he's fine. Doug
remember this set?
Yeah, I remember him. I've seen him. We used to have him when I was kids. No, Doug Odette is doing just fine in life. As far as I know, everything is fine. I haven't talked to him for about a month, but he just basically Doug saw the value of YouTube, and it didn't align with what Doug wanted to do, which is sit around and be on the computer, making videos, posting videos. If you look at Doug's collection of toys in life, he's an active guy who gets out and does the cool things and learns the cool things and all that. So the last few times I was talking to him, he was getting his drone pilot's license, which is basically the same as a regular pilot's license, except you're not landing a plane. They got all kinds of rules for drone pilot license. So he was working on that in life. But as far as he's doing great. You know, it was just the value of sitting on YouTube watching people's videos all day.
Yeah.
It didn't jive with what he wanted to do or where he wanted to be in life. So
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a lot of different hobbies. He had his rocket hobby.
rockets, metal
Rockets,
detectors,
man.
gold prospecting, rock hounding, a little bit of the off-road stuff. Ooh, that's nice.
That's a piece of mineralized quartz Mama Bird brung back today.
Let me get back from my break. I'll see if I can pick one up for you real quick.
Show that again, JP.
Me? Did you see it? This is a piece
Nah,
of that mineralized quartz that
Nice.
Mama Bird brung back today. This stuff, I moved a piece of this PA that was over 200 pounds, and and it was sitting right on top of the bedrock, about 4 foot underwater. The big hole that I dug down there, and that's where that first deposit of gold that I found at. And then I moved about 2 feet over and started trenching that out, and that's where I found that at this weekend. And
that's really cool.
oh man, it's heaven, brother. I ain't never seen anything like it ever. I mean, in all my born days, I ain't never seen nothing like it.
What do you mean, Georgianne? What's up? How are you?
Hello, George.
Knowlton.
How's it going, Georgianne?
Travis, 403 prospectors in the house.
Nice.
What's up, Travis 403?
Sorry if I wasn't paying attention to chat, guys. I've been trying to find this gold.
You're good.
Marvin Huff, Maddie's Nifty's Creations.
Hey, Maddie.
Adventures in Michigan with Lisa.
Lisa's in the house. Nice, Lisa.
She was in a fishing tournament earlier this week. I think that she might have. I mean, she was catching some big fish.
Nice.
Awesome.
Joseph, have a great night, brother. Don't get too drunk tomorrow.
I'm not going to be here much later than 11. I got to get up early tomorrow.
Tom Kingery, hey, buddy, how you doing?
Tom Kingery, what's up, brother?
Yeah, we was getting ready to leave Friday to head down, and Mama Bird had where we had plans to go. She come home from work sick, went right to bed. So when she got up Saturday, she said she felt good. So we went ahead and went down early Saturday and spent the night. But when she got down there today, and within the first hour and a half of us being on the creek, she started using the shovel and was digging. I looked behind me. I was in there running the camera, didn't realize it. And I actually seen it on the viewfinder of the camera. She was behind me, just poor little thing, getting sick. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, it was bad.
I was going to ask you if she was feeling better.
I'm glad that she don't have to work tomorrow, man. I really am, because
Kermit,
hey, Robert. Not a member.
get well. Yes, Mama Bird. Big old chunks of lead, big old pieces of
Is that some you got
ironstone.
from Vermont?
Yeah, it's Vermont, and then it was 3 or 4 runs on the cleanup sluice too
Oh, right
in
on.
that bucket. Yeah, so there's probably some PA stuff in here. I think that's what that big stuff is.
Oh shit, that's right. You just reminded me. We don't have tomorrow. I may go live tomorrow and run some materials, run some of my cons down my cleanup sluice tomorrow.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
That's what I'll do.
I think
Yeah, I gotta go in until 12. So
ATC's on tomorrow at 3, and then I'm on at 6:30 tomorrow evening.
Okay.
I'm not
I could go
sure.
on.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of lives tomorrow. I'm sure that. I mean, yeah, heck yeah, everybody needs to be on there.
Huh. Yeah, the only thing I gotta learn is I gotta learn how to get the link up there to get the some people up there on the panel. You know, that's what I gotta learn how to do.
Oh
so
wow,
you
thank
hit you hit the 3 dots at the bottom, right? And you go to guests. You go in your live, right? You go in, but don't go live. You go in your studio, and then you hit the 3 dots,
Yeah.
and it'll say guest, or it says guest right next to Cam and Mike. Hit that guest, right?
Uh
It says Mike, Cam, guest, and then you have 3 dots to say more on your bottom of your StreamYard panel. Hit the guest, and then hit invite guests, and then copy link and
huh. Okay.
throw it in your comments. You got to hit the 3 dots and hit the comments. Post that comment. Then you got to go over to the YouTube side and pin that comment at the top of your page in
Yeah. So
YouTube.
I gotta be signed in on 2 devices though, right?
No,
No.
no, you just got to go. Oh, close that window for StreamYard. You hit the three lines at the bottom of your phone. That's I got
Remove
3 lines,
that, bud.
and then open another window there, and then you toggle back and forth with down the
Nice.
bottom there.
Oh, okay.
You
Okay.
know what I mean? And then you
Yeah.
just pin it up there.
Gentlemen,
All right.
this would be one of the veins that I would try and look at for gold, or one of the ones I think that gold would likely be gold bearing.
Yeah, absolutely.
All that different mineralizations, the copper's in there, the quartz, and the same thing. We can pick up. This has a little bit of a crust on it. We can pick up quartz like this all day long. So much so, and then you got your I don't know what you would refer to that as, but it's basically quartz wrapped around veins. So much of this stuff, I couldn't even tell you where to go out in the desert and pick it up because it is everywhere.
Really.
That's a chunky little piece there, boys. I can pick
That
it
is
up.
nice.
Oh wow, that's a nice blue picker.
You can pull me down, Pierre.
Hello, Donna.
Yeah. Huh?
That's a nice little picker.
Nice.
Bulldog too, right? We put all these back on now. But yeah, those are just some of the ones we can get.
Well, that looks amazing to me. Have you ever tried to run your metal detector over them?
Huh. I don't even have a good metal detector. I got a very basic old school. It was a good metal detector. Later, Shannon. It was a good metal detector.
See you, Shannon, my brother.
Yeah, Hobo Rob, I refer to it all as quartz. Some of it, I guess, is dolomite because when I bought my Land Cruiser, I bought it from somebody who's lived in this area all their lives, and they bought my Land Cruiser used in like '94, so it was like a 2-year-old truck. I found a book of theirs in there from the '70s of where all these mineral rock deposits are. It's like you couldn't go ask someone to tell you where these deposits are anymore. It's all hush hush, secret. I got a whole book showing, oh no, go up this road, you can get some honey onyx here, you can get some silver onyx here, you can get some jasper here, agate here, jasp agate here, with little I mean, the book has hand-drawn maps. That makes sense if you're there. They're correct. But from the copyright on it was like 79. So I got that thing. I look around for when I am in the mineral mood. I go check with that and see what we can turn up.
Heck yeah.
That's a really cool find. They're getting a used truck, man.
They sold me the truck. One of the reasons they sold me the truck is they didn't want to clean it out. They didn't want to go through any of the effort of doing that. So they came and they got what they wanted out of the truck, and they just left me an absolutely trashed vehicle, which is just fine. I found cool stuff in it. You know, that book was more than worth it. I got it for a price that made it more than worth it. I was happy to clean that up. But that you can't get a book like that with that much information off of the shelf anymore. Everybody wants to hide their secret spot, and everybody has one secret spot. This is like a combination of 100 people's secret spots.
Nice.
And they told you about them. It's a little shy on the gold. It's a rock hounding book, but it was nice. Yeah, Rob. But we do have known gold mines around here. Out here, if it doesn't produce more than about an ounce per ton, in the early 1900s they closed the mines because they weren't profitable. I'm sure any one of us on this channel would happily go process a ton of ore to get an ounce of gold.
Yep.
Damn right I would.
When we going?
Yeah, Lisa, I'm finding out Zach's full of a lot of good information.
I know many things. Well, that's what I'm saying, and even on these gold mines, okay. If I go out and prospect one of these, and I find enough in a chunk of processed rock that could be processed or whatever, some of these things aren't under claim. You can go claim them. I've checked. Some of the mines I've gone in aren't under claim. Some are on private land. Private landowners are exactly that. You can proposition them. As a hobbyist, I could go work a mine and claim. Claims are cheap.
Yeah.
Here's a piece of the mineralized quartz that I brung home today that I'm going to be crushing up. I don't know if you guys can see that real good or not. And that is, yeah, that is mineralized quartz. It is amazing down there.
There's no gold in Missouri, GP.
That's right. No gold in Missouri.
Nothing but pyrite.
Yeah, nothing but pyrite. I'll tell you what I did find today, and you guys will get to see it because I videoed it. And this is the very first time. Actually, I didn't find it. Mama Bird found it. Came out of her sluice. She was doing mostly overburden. She was sluicing mostly overburden. But there was one tiny little piece of gold that was had mercury on it. All my years, I've never found any gold with mercury in Missouri. So somebody at some point had either done that or it maybe was naturally occurring. I've never, ever, I have in other states, but never in Missouri, found gold with mercury. I
was watching Mine Exploring with Tom and Julie. They went into a mine that was, I think it was them, might have been Desert Trails. It was a mine where the concentrations were so heavy that the mercury was actually running with the gold in the mine.
Wow.
And I guess that's extremely rare, but that's how the concentrations were on that particular mine, was that they were mining gold and mercury. Then, there's always your byproducts, your lead, your this and that. Hello, Zed.
Amalgam.
I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but there's a little fleck of gold stuck right in this piece of quartz.
You see it?
You see it?
I see it.
That's pyrite.
Uh-huh.
No gold in Missouri.
Love it, love it, love it. But that on the one side you can see the quartz, the good old dark quartz that is a good indicator. and then you flip it over, and that it just got so much magnetite in it that the magnet will stick to it. And then I pulled that out, and I seen that, and I was going to try to dig that piece of gold out, and I said, "What is the matter with you? Leave it just like it is. Leave it like it is, GP. That is awesome."
See, I always considered going around to the mill sites because I can get to several mill sites, even some of the mines I can't get to, and just go prospect around their waste around the bottom of their equipment, see if you could ever get anything.
Oh yeah, wouldn't that be fun? It'd be fun to go out there with the gold bug too.
Well, that's if I get there. When I get there, that would be my thing, is to buy a gold monster or at a minimum an 800, and
You got one of them, GP?
Say again?
You got one of them?
I sure do.
Me too.
I love it. That thing, that's Mama Bird's go-to when we're metal detecting for gold. That thing will pick up the tiniest little flake in gold bugs too. I've got a really old White's Goldmaster GMT 24K that's got the black sand detector on it too. Man, I was finding some of this gold with it down there whenever I thought I got it lost. We brung it down, and because it's waterproof, and boom, I hit it right back on it, dug down about 4 inches, and there it was. So I just needed to move over about 10 inches from where I was digging at to get back on it.
I was talking with old Doug. I was talking with old Doug Odette. He got like 6 nuggets out of this one bush, and one of them was a 6-gram nugget. And he says, I was working this area, and I was a 500. And he got to this one bush, and he says, this bush gave me all my biggest nuggets. He says there was nothing else around it. I came back I don't know how many times.
This is going to be a nice little snuffer cleanup.
Is that pay dirt, or what is that?
What, this here?
Yeah.
It's the cons that I dumped in the wrong bucket last week
Oh, nice.
from Vermont.
You can really see the banding on this one.
Yep.
You can see the solid quartz layer, and then the banding of the heavies in there, the magnetite.
It's good looking stuff.
That's everything I'm digging out of there is like that right now. But it's, like I said, it is a good 4 feet. You got to go about 2 foot of hard pack. You move the overburden, and then you got about 2 foot of hard pack that is so, my God, hard to get through. I mean, I have to use my miner's pick on it, part of it, because you can't just do it with a shovel. It'll bend the shovel. That's how hard packed it is. And then which once you break past that and you hit that clay layer, this is the kind of stuff that you're pulling out of that clay layer, and it's just caked with clay. I've just been brushing it down.
Is it bad enough that you should invest in a cordless jackhammer yet?
That would, you know what? I've thought that, buddy. I really have, because I mean they're not that high. Get an off-brand at Menards or something. They're not that bad, and I've seen other guys use them for the same thing. I think that would be ideal.
Go to Harbor Freight, put the 4-year warranty on it, and wear that sucker out. You can take it back in a week looking like it's 1,000,000 years old. Oh, we're real sorry about that. So why don't you run on back there and get you another one?
Right?
One of the guys that has been going down there with us prospecting, there's 2 guys that live down there. One of them, it's his buddy that owns the property. It's private property, and that's my way in. He's a subscriber. And I introduced him last week on the show. Great guy. But the other one, he's a great guy too, don't get me wrong. But and we're finding all this gold. Me and Hopper and Mama Bird are pulling all this gold out, because Hopper's finding just as much as I am. And nobody's getting to see it, but except for me, I'm getting to see it. But this guy, we can't hardly get him to put his pan in the water. He just comes down there and hangs out with us for a couple hours and then leaves. And it's like, are you kidding me?
For some people, the community is or even just hanging out. You don't know what he's got going on in his life or anything like that. If that's what he wants to do, go for it.
And I'm okay with it. And he's big into the prospecting community, and he is also a pay dirt dealer, and he makes really good pay dirt. He puts it together, but he prospected. Hopper said the two of them went down there 2 days ago, just them two, and it was on Friday when we were going to go, and Mama Bird got sick, but they prospected together, and I guess they were down there for like 6 hours, and he dug a big hole, and Hopper said he did really good and did the whole thing, but I don't know if being around me is intimidating him, or he's afraid he won't do something right. But I'm not that guy. I mean, if anything, I'll try to learn from somebody else. I never give advice when we're out there. I never, everybody's doing great. So
I'll help anybody out as long as they ask.
Yeah,
I won't go just telling them what to do.
Exactly. And I hope that's not it. I hope that and nobody has said that's it. But in my mind, I'm like, why is he not wanting to prospect with me? But he'll go down there with this guy, so it kind of makes me feel like, what am I doing wrong?
He could be sitting. You could, when he's sitting there, you could be under the finest magnifying glass that you've ever imagined. He might pick up the same way you twist your foot a quarter turn to the right every time you shove the shovel down, because it seems like you get a better scoop. He might be analyzing your game like you wouldn't believe.
Well, and that's I hate that, because I don't I'm nothing special. I'm just a guy that got lucky. That's it. And I sure hope that's not it. And I never put that persona off, because I watch a lot of you guys on here, and I learn a lot from you guys every time I watch. And it's and I've been doing it a lot longer than some of these guys have been alive, and they're still better than me, and I'm fine with that. I'm like, yeah, feed me, teach me how to be better, And
learn me.
Exactly, absolutely. I'm all about education. I'll educate myself all day long. That's like the book Zackson was talking about. I got a book that I carry around in my backpack that I write everything down in. And it wasn't until this year that I actually started using a handheld GPS. For the first time in all these years, I started using a and I still write the stuff down, even though I'm using a GPS.
Pretty much, Hobo Rob. I was talking with the guy. He was the leader of, I don't know if it was GPA or another one of the claims around here, but he was one of the leaders of that in my area out in the Coolgardie mining district, and they held a group event to where they had all these members come, and there's 30 different people digging 30 different holes out in this gold bearing district. And he says, I didn't dig a single hole that day. He says, I just watched. We gave people advice, helped them with their equipment and things like that. He says, I just watched. He says, I went out there the next day with a shop vac. He says, that's the most gold I've ever gotten in one day.
They didn't clean the bedrock off.
All he did was go back to all these other holes these people dug and vacuumed them out.
That's awesome, Bester, for $20. Cool.
Nice, Fester.
Them lithium PO4 batteries are the bomb. I'm going to have to get one of them, because I hear they only weigh about 4 pounds, and you can run your high banker on one of them for 4 or 5 hours without any trouble.
Oh, lithium batteries are monsters. I don't know how much power one of you guys' pumps takes, but even just your 20 volt DeWalt / Ryobi batteries or whatever, those things take abuse.
Yeah, I've actually got a little widget that I can run all my 12 volt stuff on with my DeWalt battery. I just hook it up and then plug it in, and it'll run it. And I've run it, my high banker, for 3-4 hours, and it never hiccuped. And I'm running 1,500 gallons per hour on my pump. So, I mean, you're right. They'll take some abuse.
Yeah, Vester says he runs a lot. Has 100 amp hour that lasts all day.
Damn.
I looked at some of them, and them things get up about $300-400 a piece.
Mine was 110. It's a 50 amp, 50
The
hour,
50
50
amp,
amp hour. Yeah.
that's what I'm looking at between the 30 and the 50 amp. ATC said that he paid under $100 for his 30 amp, and he can run it between 4 to 6 hours without any trouble.
Yeah, I ain't killed this yet. Not one time. I ran it 3-4 hours one day.
Really?
Figuring I would have to charge it, and I put it back on the charger, and it said 89%. 4 hours.
Now on them lithium, do you use a regular battery charger on them, or is it a
Yeah,
proprietary charger?
I got one of them stupid ones from AutoZone. 3 amp hour charger.
So just like a trickle charger?
Yep.
Right on.
How does that work? The higher the amps, the longer it's going to last?
Longer it takes to charge it.
Yeah, the AHs. Wow, Rob, no kidding. He's got a dive compressor that uses a 20-volt tool battery. That's awesome.
Going to be a nice little cleanup.
I'm going to get one. I'm going to get one of them lithium batteries. I may run out and see if I can find one on sale because of Labor Day tomorrow.
Probably will get one at Walmart or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good plan. Bester says he give it $200 for his. You charge it. See, that's where I was at. Everything I read, people saying they charge them on solar panel chargers, and I don't have, my solar panel charger that I have is only 20 volts, so it would probably take it a month to charge it. It'll barely charge a cell phone. So I was just curious if you could charge them but if PA's doing it, then yeah, you can. I've got for like my boat, I got a trickle charger.
Congratulations, Mama Bird.
Yes, Mama Bird, I've known that. Max, our son told me that before I left. I may have failed to tell you that information. I'm sorry. He sent me a text and said that he's going to be outnumbered now because he's going to have 2 daughters and his wife. Him and his son will be outnumbered.
It's not that bad. 5 girls and a boy, so.
I'll absolutely do that, Kermage. I'll be chewing on your ear about it if I run into some issues.
Kermage in Alaska's then?
Yeah.
What's going on, Kermage?
That's awesome, Buster. I don't have a whole lot of equipment. I ain't gonna kid you. I'm kind of old school. And most of the stuff that I have, I use unless it's something that you guys have seen me use on my channel. I got a lot of the Bigfoot stuff. Not that I'm sponsored by them or anything, but I like their stuff. For Missouri, the Bigfoot combo mats work great. And as far as at home running the stuff, I absolutely love that Flower Gold Wizard smooth water header box, man. I've got one of every size, and I've got several coming now that we're going to be giving away in our next giveaway. If we set goals for ourselves, and that's our reward, is to be able to, if we make that goal, to give away to people. We legitimately, we've always been givers, Mama Bird and I have, and we take we get a lot back when we were able to give to somebody. We're not doing it to to get anything other than, I guess it's greedy for ourselves because it makes us feel good to do it.
That's some nice shiny.
Will you be careful tomorrow, Donna?
That is.
That is a really nice shine. You got some chunky pieces in there.
Yeah, that's from Vermont.
I
Wow.
see.
No business creek.
Yeah, right.
No name creep.
That's like us, No Tell'em Creek. Everybody says, what creek is that? No Tell'em Creek.
Later,
None of
Don.
your business. Creek.
Nunya Creek.
None of your
That's not bad.
business.
Nice, Bester.
That was pretty cool, man.
Later, Marvin.
Marvin,
Yeah.
good evening, buddy.
What do you think that's going to weigh out at? Quarter gram?
I at least a quarter, yeah.
Yeah, I'd hit it closer to probably 0.3.
Yeah.
That's the kind of gold I want to get out of Cottonwoods. Trying to find it.
Oh, it's there. You'll find it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
it's
never
definitely
won.
there. There's nuggets at Cottonwoods.
Contest.
There's nuggets at Cottonwoods. I've seen the nuggets.
Pete Doty.
Bye, Donna.
Brad Hayden.
Hello, Brad.
What's up, Brad?
What's up, boys?
What up, Brad?
Just chilling.
I'm supposed to be home by now. Well, no, I'd have about 45 minutes to go if I would have left on time. Or actually, I would have been home by now.
Oh shit, that's me. I'm sorry.
Hi, Brad.
Well, John, the Prius doesn't go fast. It just gets good gas mileage.
I'm getting, I'm at 90 miles an hour, and I've been doing 90 for quite some time. And I'm getting my average since I left is 21.4 miles per the gallon of this.
Screw you.
Yeah, no
Take it
kidding.
easy, bro.
My truck wouldn't get going downhill with the tailwind blowing at 100 mile an hour.
My truck wouldn't get that going downhill with the engine off.
Oh, geez.
I think I'm averaging 13, 14 right now. I don't know. My new truck, the mileage is even worse, but I'm driving too fast.
I'm straight up averaging 10, and that's it. That's all I can get out of it.
I'm doing a little better than that, but not by much.
I think I get 18, so not too bad.
Joey Brown.
Don't tell Joey Brown. Tell Joey you didn't win yet.
$20 miles to the gallon.
21. He said.
21.4.
Had to throw the 0.4 in there too, huh?
Exactly. It's had to put the 0.4 in there. It's Prius.
Yeah.
What you get when you get a Prius.
I'll be honest, John. If my truck got 10.4, I'd tell people that too.
Hey, I'm only saying what the car tells me.
My new work van only gets like 12.7 or 12.8.
That's still beating me.
My new work.
2024 Ford Transit, it should. You think it'd get better?
No, especially if they didn't buy the turbo.
No.
Coomridge says they emailed you, John, so check your email when you get home.
Who said they emailed me?
Coomridge in?
Okay. That's not the one from a while ago, is it?
No, I just typed it a minute or two ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll check it. It's obviously the John R. Prospecting Gmail one.
Sure it is.
All right.
It's all right though. You
That's
don't buy
a
it for fuel mileage. You buy it so you don't have to stack everything in your Prius the exact way to make it fit.
Yep.
That is, yes.
It's a work van. I don't care about the gas.
No.
Yeah, see, now I'm down to 70 because people don't want to get out of the fast lane.
Mama Bird says it's Prius Jenga.
Yeah.
John R is a pro.
Prius Jinga.
I was hammering coming home because we were tired. Mama Bird wasn't feeling good, and I mean, going down the freeway tonight. I was hammering. I was keeping it pegged up there about 85 or 90 with all our equipment in the truck. And I looked every once in a while. I look over and Mama Bird, you could see her foot pushing down like she was pushing the brake pedal. I told her, I said, I hooked the brake on that side to save the fluid.
You gotta try driving out here in the. You get out on the freeways out here around 2 or 3 in the morning where there's just no one. Trucks randomly, but just no one. You go as fast as you feel like it, and that early in the morning, it's you can get going pretty quick and not realize it.
Oh, I bet. I can imagine.
I've been going to work at like 5 in the morning. It's pretty much empty around here that early, you know. And I look down, I'm doing like 25 over the speed limit. I
Yeah.
didn't even realize it.
It's about me.
This morning, we left the motel
Like
room a little after 5. It's still dark, pouring down a hard rain. And I'm flying down, I'm not really flying, but I'm driving 65-ish down this old highway down there by Arkansas in the middle of BFE, and you got a pretty mouth. And all of a sudden, these red and blue lights start flashing in front of me. Somebody had a speed limit sign up there that said 55, and I was apparently going faster than that. It was letting me know. Now, I'll tell you, that'll wake you up before you've had your coffee.
Right?
I've come around probably about 15 years ago. I was driving a brand new Honda. I was going in between Las Vegas and I think it's Bullhead, Arizona, or something like that. And I was just absolutely flying. It was on the road where that the Grand Canyon Skywalk is. It was just desolate. I came around one of those corners at like 95, and as soon as you round the corner, there's a big speed trap with the flashing lights and all that. It takes your picture like it was a red light camera in a big city. Ah, crap! All the flashes go off, and I just keep flying through. And I wound up talking to somebody. A few days later after I got back. I was like, "Yeah, I got flashed by one of those. Am I getting a ticket?" They said, "Not if you don't live in Arizona." So if you live in Arizona, they're going to get your ass.
Yeah, I bet, Rob. That's the problem with it, and it's easy. It's easy to hit up to 80, especially when you don't have your mind on the speed limit. The next thing you know, your GPS is going off. Speed trap ahead. Speed trap ahead. And when did they start doing that? I mean, my GPS just started talking to me recently, telling me there's a speed trap ahead. It's
God,
like,
for the
okay.
visual update.
I don't even bother slowing down anymore. I drive whatever I'm driving. I need my work truck is so much more comfortable than my new truck is so much more comfortable than my old truck. I just found a way in the stereo head unit. Supposedly I can turn on parental controls, so I need to get in there and play with it and see if I can turn on parental controls and limit myself to 85.
Oh, jeez.
That would be 15 over, which is still my commercial insurance would have a field day if I got caught doing 15 over. But I certainly don't need to get caught doing 100 in it. They will kill me.
No. There's no posted speed limit on our back roads, Rob said. I think you have to fall back to 30 miles per hour if there's no posted speed limit.
Nice,
That's
PA.
a good one. Yeah.
That was sitting on a table. Gotta put that away.
I had, before we left the house, I had the 7 grams sitting here in front of my computer. And plus, I had, I think, almost 4 grams sitting there from the cleanup that we did from all the pay dirt that everybody sent us. And I told Mama Bear, I said, we better put that in the safe before we leave. I said, we got like $1,000 worth of gold just sitting right there on the computer.
Well, that's the thing of it. Your average moron won't even really recognize what it is.
That's exactly true too. They wouldn't have a clue. They would be stealing somebody's rocks and stuff first before they would. That's a good one.
I was talking with one guy a few years ago. He was saying that he keeps all his home cash money. I guess he had a little bit of cash money at home. That's nice. All his home cash money in his safe because they're gone a lot. He says, I keep it in my safe with my guns. I said, why? Well, it's a safe. I said, yeah, but if somebody gets into your house, they're going to be trying to break into your safe. They're not going to be looking underneath the bottom drawer.
Yep, or taking your safe.
Yeah.
An uncle of mine.
Well, they are now, Zach.
Yeah.
Nobody knows who it is, and I'd recommend not arriving unannounced.
2 years ago, my uncle's house got
Right.
broken. He had just left, and he was only gone for 20 minutes. When he got home, somebody had come in there and stole his safe, and his safe was like 3 of mine. It's a 60 gun Brownie, and this thing it had to weigh 800 pounds. Plus, it was loaded with guns and all kinds of stuff, and he had a lot of cash in there too. And they ended up catching the people, which is a good thing. But they drug it down his big oak stairwell, the spiral stairwell, and drug it through and loaded it. You can see where they drug it across the park, his driveway to load it to whatever vehicle they used. But that's crazy. I don't know how they. Hey, DJ.
What's up, DJ?
I have my safes. I have 3 of them, and they're every one of them bolted, lag bolted, and drilled. One of them's drilled to the back of my fireplace, and then the other 2 are lag bolted into the floor joist in my house.
Good.
Got to. Don't be lazy when installing the safe.
I need a bigger one.
Yeah, Rob, definitely. Miles long stretches are easy to go 75, 80 on, not even realize you're doing it.
That's how my other car is.
That's how every car I get in is.
What's going on? What's going on, DJ? Everything good, buddy?
He's muted.
Or he's turned down or way low.
DJ, you're muted, bud.
He's fixing it.
Okay.
Welcome back, Big Movie.
EMF 18. What's up, brother?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it, but the thieves are always watching your patterns.
So, on my StreamYard, right, in my comments, some people have what looks like a chain link in the top right corner.
Because the gentleman prospector is sharing the stream out. So there
Oh.
is the screen. See, if you look at the bottom of mine, it says that comments will be posted to multiple channels.
Yep.
Oh, because I was looking and not seeing it on my YouTube. I'm like, where are these? What's going on here? I didn't know you were sharing it, brother.
You get a bigger audience that way.
Yeah,
Cool.
I was doing it the other night at Benzo's and got another person to join. You know,
Cool. Thank you, brother.
I think it was like 4 people over in his. There was at one point.
And how do you do that? How do you share it like that?
You know what? There was I learned how to do it by Buddy Biggs. He's the one that told me how to do it. But whenever I logged in, there was a thing that says, click here to share on your channel. And I click it, and then it just takes it to both channels that way.
Oh,
See,
cool.
yeah, I'm not a mod or anything on yours. I have an option to stream this to my audience, so I can
Yeah,
so
that's what it said. Stream to your audience.
I can stream it to my people too. But what you have to watch for when you're dual streaming like that is YouTube can copyright strike you for that. The reason being, even though PA's content's not copyrighted, it's PA's content. So when the YouTube algorithm goes over it and they're like, oh, there's 379 identical points per second, you know, they're like, this is an identical stream and somebody's not authorized for that. And you just have to watch that, and you can put yourself into a copyright situation on stuff that's not even copyrighted.
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's whatever YouTube wants to do. It's their platform, but that can happen, even though StreamYard allows you to YouTube allows you to multi-stream. The fact that the content's identical can be an issue.
Right. Yeah, well, I know all about YouTube striking people.
What do you got strikes for?
Sharing vaccine shit and stuff like that. Politics. Yeah. They sent me an email and asked me for my license or do a face thing, and I just deleted it. Said that I lost my history and I can't use advanced features.
Yeah.
So some of my content I can't pin like a comment or something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the Second Amendment channel I hang out on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you're not allowed to touch a gun on a live. So it's like if you any one of us could have all the guns we want in our background, and it's just fine, but you can't touch them. They watch him so bad, he brushed the tip of his finger on an AK that he had hanging on the wall, because he has 6 or 8 hanging behind him on the wall usually. He barely brushed the tip of his finger on the AK. YouTube was so on that, us viewers never even saw it. In the amount of delay there was from him filming to being broadcast to us, you know, the 3, 5, 10 seconds, whatever it is, YouTube grabbed it and ended his stream. So he fought that one, got that one back. They did it again the other night for something or another. He fought and won that one in like 12 minutes. Then somebody who's pissed off because he chewed out one of the people who came into comments, because everybody likes to make fun of his eyes because he's half Korean, so his eyes are spread far apart and his face is partially flat, you know. But everybody likes to make Down syndrome jokes and things like that. Really annoys him. Somebody came in, they did something not funny, and he got on him or whatever. We're figuring it was here, but the person went back like 4 years or something like that to one of his videos and claimed his range video where he was just out shooting, he was trying to sell firearms, because you can't sell, broker, or do anything like that of firearms on YouTube. So they struck him on that. He's fighting through that right now, which, you know, he's not getting anywhere because it's the weekend and Monday, I'm sure. But they've taken away his live stream abilities because of that.
Wow.
Yeah, but I don't keep any by me, but you just can't touch them on lives. You can have them behind you all you want, but you can't touch a firearm on live. And the whole reason they did that is because of the people who have offed themselves on lives.
Sure,
and then
I get that. Yeah.
Then it sits there running for another 45 minutes with you know, exposed cranium. So the algorithm just grabs it the second you touch one.
Well, boys and girls, I'm going to wrap this one up, man. I got to get up early tomorrow, so 11 o'clock here. But I appreciate everybody stopping up.
Thanks for having me, brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming up. I really appreciate the help.
Great.
Brad,
Have a great night.
see you.
On the PA. Good night. Good luck. Good luck, everybody.
Hey, I'm just watching. I'm watching Painters for 6 hours tomorrow and going home.
Nice.
With Bedford, Kermit, Hobo.
Let us know if they get anything on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some rainbow stuff.
Work too hard.
No, 6 hours of painters. You know, that should be 5 hours of overspray. Maybe.
Oh yeah. They did all the the second floor window frames and baseboards and rolled half the rooms, 2 coats. So they had 6 guys. They were flying, man.
Night, Prairie.
Nice. Later,
All right,
Perry.
guys. Barry, see you, buddy. Have a
Later,
great
man.
night, everybody. We'll see you
Mama.
next week.
Bye, everybody.
Mama Bird, get better.
Good night, Jeff.
Take care, everybody.
Peace out, everyone in chat.
Bye, Kevin.